Waking up in the morning and starting the day with a sense of order often begins with something as simple as making the bed. For many seniors who maintain clean and organized homes, this habit is a cornerstone of their daily routine. It may seem like a small, almost insignificant task, but it has a far-reaching impact on both the physical environment and the mental state. The process of smoothing out the sheets, fluffing the pillows, and arranging the blanket neatly creates a visual signal that the day has begun with structure and discipline. This practice not only gives the bedroom an immediate sense of tidiness but also sets the tone for the rest of the home, because when one area looks clean and orderly, it inspires similar care in other areas as well. Seniors understand that maintaining cleanliness does not come from large, infrequent bursts of effort but from the accumulation of small, consistent actions performed daily. When the bed is left unmade, it sends a message of neglect, almost as if the room is unfinished. This can lead to a domino effect of laziness, where small tasks are overlooked, and clutter gradually creeps into the environment. In contrast, making the bed offers a psychological reward. It's the first accomplishment of the day. That sense of productivity fuels motivation, especially for older adults who may rely heavily on routines to maintain structure in their lives. The bedroom then becomes a calm and inviting space, rather than a messy reminder of disorganization. Seniors know that when they return to their rooms later in the day, a made bed provides comfort, tranquility, and dignity. It turns the act of going to bed into a ritual of peace rather than an encounter with disorder. Another important reason why seniors prioritize bed making is hygiene. Throughout the night, dust, sweat, and skin particles accumulate in the sheets and bedding. Leaving the bed unmade for too long can make the bedroom feel stuffy and even allow dust to spread more easily. By straightening and shaking out the blankets in the morning, the bedding gets aired, which contributes to a fresher, healthier sleeping environment. Seniors who are conscious of cleanliness understand that a bed is more than just a place to sleep, it's a significant part of maintaining overall home hygiene. They may even take the opportunity to check pillowcases, sheets, or blankets for signs that it's time for laundering. This way, the act of making the bed becomes linked with the ongoing maintenance of household cleanliness. Seniors also see making the bed as a physical exercise of sorts. The bending, stretching, tucking, and arranging movements keep the body active and flexible, which is especially important as mobility tends to decrease with age. Such daily tasks double as low-impact physical activity, offering both the benefits of movement and the satisfaction of a job well done. Over time, these small actions help seniors preserve independence and avoid relying on others for basic household tasks. There's also an emotional and mental health aspect. Many older adults associate orderliness with self-respect. A tidy room, anchored by a neatly made bed, represents care not just for the home but also for oneself. Seniors often spent decades running households, raising children, or maintaining family spaces, so the practice of making the bed ties into their lifelong habits of responsibility and pride in their environment. It's a visible sign that they still have control over their space, even as other parts of life may become unpredictable with age. Another layer to this habit is hospitality. Seniors who keep their homes clean often imagine the possibility of guests arriving unexpectedly. A made bed ensures that even if someone were to glance into the bedroom, the home would reflect an image of order and readiness. This mindset is deeply rooted in values of respect for others and the belief that one's living space should always be presentable. Making the bed also contributes to the overall flow of daily routines. Seniors who follow structured habits understand that starting with the bed creates momentum. Once the bed is done, it feels natural to tidy the nightstand, put away books or glasses, open the curtains, and let in light. This gradual process transforms the bedroom into a space that feels alive and refreshed. The positive energy carries over to the rest of the home, making tasks like sweeping floors or wiping counters feel easier and less overwhelming. It's like setting the first domino in motion, where one act of order triggers a chain of productive behaviors. The benefits extend into nighttime as well. After a long day, especially for seniors who may face fatigue or health challenges, returning to a clean and neatly arranged bed is deeply comforting. Sliding into smooth sheets rather than a messy pile of blankets creates a sense of closure to the day, a reward for maintaining consistency. It improves sleep quality too, because a neat environment promotes relaxation and reduces the subtle stress that clutter often creates. On a symbolic level, making the bed represents a philosophy that many seniors embrace, the belief that life's order and beauty are built through attention to the small details. While younger people may overlook the habit, thinking it trivial, seniors have lived long enough to know that little actions compound into big results. A clean home is not achieved by occasional deep cleaning sprees but by daily rituals that prevent mess from accumulating in the first place. Making the bed is one such ritual, easy to perform, requiring no special tools, yet powerful in its effect on cleanliness and mindset. Even when life becomes more challenging, whether through health issues, limited mobility, or emotional struggles, many seniors cling to this habit as a stabilizing force. It reassures them that they still have influence over their environment. For those living alone, it becomes an act of self-care, proof that they value their own comfort and well-being enough to maintain order. For those in shared households, it reflects consideration and discipline, setting an example for others. Ultimately, the practice of making the bed each morning is not about perfection. Seniors don't necessarily create hotel-style folds or crisp corners. Instead, it's about effort, consistency, and pride. A loosely tucked blanket and arranged pillows are enough to make the room look cared for. That visible sign of discipline carries a sense of satisfaction that radiates into every other part of daily life. Cleaning as you go may sound simple, but for seniors who keep their homes spotless, it is a philosophy that governs almost every action in daily life. Instead of waiting for a mess to grow big enough to require hours of cleaning, they take small steps in the moment, making sure nothing piles up or lingers too long. This habit is powerful because it turns chores into quick, effortless actions rather than overwhelming tasks. Imagine cooking a meal. Rather than leaving dirty pots, plates, and food scraps scattered across the counters, seniors rinse utensils as soon as they are done with them, wipe surfaces while something is simmering, and put away ingredients immediately after use. By the time the food is ready to eat, the kitchen looks calm and organized, requiring only minimal tidying afterward. This simple strategy ensures that clutter never takes over, and the home always looks ready for guests or peaceful living. For many seniors, cleaning as you go is tied to decades of practical wisdom. They know that energy levels can fluctuate, and health or mobility may not always allow for long cleaning sessions. By addressing messes right away, they prevent them from becoming burdens later. A spilled drink on the counter wiped instantly saves from sticky residue or stubborn stains. A few crumbs brushed off the table after breakfast keeps ants or pests away. These small decisions taken consistently protect the home from deeper cleaning headaches. Seniors who practice this understand that maintenance is always easier than repair, and prevention is the key to a truly clean environment. This habit also provides a sense of control and peace. Clutter and mess have a way of creating mental stress, even if it's subtle. Walking into a room and seeing piles of dishes or scattered items sends signals of unfinished business, which can weigh heavily on the mind. Seniors who clean as they go avoid this stress entirely. Their homes remain orderly not because they spend long hours scrubbing but because they never allow chaos to build up in the first place. The immediate action keeps their living spaces light, breathable, and calm. It allows them to enjoy their homes rather than constantly feel like they are playing catch-up with cleaning. Another important aspect is efficiency. Seniors often become skilled at multitasking within their daily routines. While the coffee brews in the morning, they may take those few minutes to rinse the sink, wipe the counter, or fold a towel. When they return from a walk, they might hang up their coat and shoes properly, simultaneously noticing and dusting a small shelf nearby. These actions do not require extra time, they simply make use of natural pauses throughout the day. By the end of the week, These accumulated moments add up to a home that looks like it has been thoroughly cleaned, without ever needing marathon sessions. Cleaning as you go is also about building mindful awareness. Seniors become attentive to their environment, noticing small details like fingerprints on a mirror, crumbs on the floor, or dust on a table. Instead of letting these small imperfections stay, they deal with them immediately. The act of paying attention not only keeps the house clean but also engages the mind. For many older adults, it becomes a meditative habit, bringing satisfaction in seeing instant results from a quick wipe or adjustment. The little sparkle after polishing a glass or the neatness of a cleared surface brings joy and reinforces the desire to maintain cleanliness. Another layer to this habit is hospitality. Seniors often carry an ingrained sense of readiness for visitors. Many grew up in times when neighbors might drop by unannounced, and a clean home was seen as a reflection of personal dignity. By cleaning as they go, they ensure that their home never falls into disarray. Even if someone rings the doorbell unexpectedly, they can welcome them in confidently, knowing their home reflects care and pride. This readiness is not about impressing others but about self-respect and the comfort of living in a welcoming environment. Cleaning as you go also extends beyond the kitchen and common areas. In the bathroom, for example, seniors may wipe the sink after brushing their teeth, hang towels neatly after use, or spray down the shower walls to prevent soap scum buildup. These little steps keep one of the hardest to maintain areas of the house fresh and pleasant. In the living room, they might fluff cushions, fold a blanket after resting, or put the remote control back in place. In bedrooms, they fold clothes immediately instead of letting them sit on a chair. These micro habits are what keep the whole home functioning smoothly. One of the biggest advantages of this practice is that it makes cleaning invisible. Guests may never realize how much effort goes into maintaining such a neat home because the cleaning is never dramatic or noticeable, it simply blends into the flow of life. This quiet consistency creates an environment where order feels natural rather than forced. Seniors understand that when cleaning becomes overwhelming, people are more likely to procrastinate. By keeping things simple and instant, they remove the barrier of dread associated with housework. On a deeper level, cleaning as you go represents a philosophy about life itself. Seniors who maintain this habit often believe that problems, like messes, are best handled early before they grow complicated. Just as dishes are easier to wash immediately than after food dries and hardens, life's challenges are easier to face when addressed promptly. The habit reinforces resilience, responsibility, and a proactive attitude. It reflects the wisdom of addressing small things before they become unmanageable. Physically, this practice also helps seniors stay active. The bending, stretching, wiping, and moving involved in quick cleaning tasks provide light exercise throughout the day. This kind of movement keeps joints flexible and bodies engaged without needing structured workouts. It also gives a sense of purpose, as each little action contributes visibly to the environment. This combination of movement and productivity creates a loop of satisfaction that keeps them motivated. Finally, the true beauty of cleaning as you go lies in how effortless it becomes once it is part of daily life. For seniors who have practiced it for years, it is no longer a chore but second nature. They don't think of wiping the table after eating as cleaning, it's simply part of the meal ritual. They don't view folding a blanket after sitting as work, it's simply finishing what they started. This mindset keeps their homes constantly in a state of readiness and comfort without requiring strain. It turns ordinary moments into opportunities for care, and in doing so, transforms the home into a sanctuary of peace, order, and pride. Laundry is one of those household tasks that never truly ends, but seniors with consistently clean homes have learned that the secret to managing it lies in handling it in small, regular loads instead of letting it build up into overwhelming piles. For them, laundry is not a once-a-week ordeal where hours are spent sorting, washing, drying, folding, and putting away mountains of clothes. Instead, it is a gentle rhythm woven into daily or near-daily routines. Doing a small load at a time keeps things manageable, reduces stress, and ensures that clothes, linens, and towels are always fresh and ready for use. This steady habit prevents the feeling of being buried under chores and contributes greatly to the overall cleanliness and order of their homes. For seniors, this approach is not just about keeping things tidy but also about maintaining independence. Large loads of laundry can be physically exhausting, especially when it involves lifting heavy baskets, bending repeatedly, or carrying clothes up and down stairs. By breaking the task into smaller portions, they reduce the physical strain. A small load can be moved with ease, folded without fatigue, and put away quickly, all while keeping the home running smoothly. This habit allows them to remain self-sufficient and avoid needing help for something as basic as laundry. It turns what could be an exhausting task into something light and achievable. Another important benefit of doing laundry in small loads is that it keeps clothes in better condition. When too many clothes are stuffed into a washing machine, they don't clean as thoroughly, and fabrics can suffer wear and tear from rubbing together. Seniors who wash smaller batches ensure that every piece gets washed properly, smells fresher, and lasts longer. They often grew up in times when clothes were treasured and carefully maintained, so this approach aligns with their deep-rooted values of resourcefulness and care for belongings. By washing clothes more gently and regularly, they extend the lifespan of garments, sheets, and towels, reducing waste and unnecessary spending. Managing laundry in small loads also helps prevent clutter around the house. When dirty clothes accumulate in baskets for too long, they can spill over into corners, creating an untidy look and even causing odors. Seniors who stay on top of it never allow these piles to build. Instead, they often make it part of their daily or every other day habit. After breakfast, they might gather a small batch, run the wash, and have it folded by the afternoon. By evening, everything is back in its place, and the cycle feels effortless. This sense of completion prevents the anxiety that comes from unfinished chores hanging in the background. The psychological impact of this habit is also significant. For many seniors, routine is essential for maintaining a sense of order and purpose. Laundry in small loads becomes part of that comforting rhythm of daily life. The hum of the washing machine can be reassuring, a background sound that symbolizes productivity and progress. The act of folding clothes and putting them neatly away can be meditative, offering a moment of calm and satisfaction. Unlike an overwhelming laundry marathon, which can feel draining, this steady practice feels balanced and achievable, contributing positively to their emotional well-being. There is also a strong practical side to this routine. Small loads allow seniors to wash items exactly when they are needed. For example, if bed sheets are due for a change, they can be washed and replaced the same day without waiting for other laundry to accumulate. If towels feel musty, a quick wash refreshes them instantly. This level of responsiveness keeps the household running smoothly and ensures that clean items are always on hand. It prevents the last-minute panic of realizing that favorite clothes or necessary linens are stuck at the bottom of a massive laundry pile. Seniors who follow this practice also understand the importance of hygiene. Clothing and linens hold sweat, dust, and bacteria, which, if left too long, can affect both cleanliness and health. By washing frequently in small loads, they maintain higher hygiene standards. Towels stay soft and fresh instead of stiff and sour, bed sheets smell inviting instead of stale, and daily clothes feel crisp and pleasant. This contributes to a home environment that not only looks clean but also feels and smells clean, a difference that guests immediately notice. Another often overlooked benefit is that small laundry loads save time in the long run. While it may seem like more effort to run the machine more often, the reality is that folding and putting away a small batch of clothes takes just a few minutes. Contrast this with facing an entire week's worth of laundry, which can take hours to sort and organize. Seniors who do small loads rarely experience the dread of setting aside half a day for laundry. Instead, the task blends seamlessly into their routine, often completed before they even realize it. The simplicity of this system also reduces decision fatigue. Instead of having to plan which day to do laundry, how many loads to run, or how to schedule it around other activities, they simply address it little by little. If the basket has a small amount, they run it. If not, they wait until the next day. This straightforward habit keeps the process stress-free, making life easier and calmer. Seniors who live alone find this especially beneficial, since their laundry needs are lighter and can be managed in frequent small cycles without wasting water or energy. Modern washing machines even have settings for smaller loads, making the process efficient. Beyond practicality, there is also pride in maintaining such a steady flow of order. A home where laundry is always under control feels more peaceful. Beds are dressed with crisp linens, bathrooms display neatly folded towels, and closets hold clean, organized clothing. Seniors often feel a sense of dignity and satisfaction from knowing that they can welcome anyone into their home without embarrassment. Nothing is hidden away in overflowing baskets, and there is no scramble to clean up at the last moment. This level of readiness aligns with their lifelong values of hospitality and self-respect. Ultimately, managing laundry in small loads reflects a larger philosophy of life that many seniors have embraced. It is better to handle tasks consistently and in moderation than to let them grow into daunting burdens. This approach requires mindfulness, discipline, and a willingness to act in the moment rather than procrastinate. It may seem simple, but it represents wisdom gained through years of experience. By washing clothes steadily and in small portions, seniors keep their homes running smoothly, their wardrobes fresh, and their minds at ease. It is not about perfection but about rhythm, balance, and care. The result is a home where laundry is never a source of stress, only a quiet, ongoing act of maintaining order and comfort. One of the quiet but powerful habits that seniors with consistently clean homes practice is wiping surfaces regularly. It may seem like a small detail compared to bigger chores such as vacuuming or laundry, but this simple action has a transformative effect on the cleanliness and atmosphere of a home. Surfaces, whether they are kitchen counters, tables, bathroom sinks, or shelves, are the areas that collect dust, spills, crumbs, fingerprints, and bacteria most quickly. By addressing them frequently, seniors prevent dirt from ever becoming noticeable, much less overwhelming. What makes this habit so effective is its simplicity. A quick wipe with a cloth, sponge, or paper towel takes only seconds, yet it leaves behind an immediate impression of order and freshness. For seniors, the practice is rooted in both practicality and long experience. They understand that a home does not stay clean because of occasional deep scrubbing sessions, but because of consistent maintenance. Dust and grime build gradually, almost invisibly at first, and by the time they become obvious, cleaning them can require significant effort. Wiping surfaces regularly stops that buildup before it begins. A coffee spill cleaned right away leaves no stain. Bathroom mirrors wiped after washing hands remain sparkling without streaks. Tables cleared and wiped after meals never gather sticky residue. These little actions prevent the slow accumulation of dirt that can make a space feel neglected. There is also a strong health benefit in this habit. Seniors are often more conscious of hygiene, particularly because they may have greater sensitivity to allergens, dust, or bacteria. Kitchen counters that are wiped daily are less likely to harbor germs from raw food or crumbs that attract pests. Bathroom surfaces that are given attention remain free from mold, soap scum, and unpleasant odors. Even in living spaces, wiping down end tables, shelves, or desks reduces dust, making the air cleaner and easier to breathe. For seniors, cleanliness is not only about appearance but also about creating a safe and healthy environment for themselves and for any visitors. Another reason this practice is so effective is that it is highly visible. Surfaces are among the first things people notice when they enter a home. A clean, gleaming counter or polished table instantly communicates order and care, while dusty or sticky surfaces suggest neglect, even if the rest of the house is tidy. Seniors who take pride in their homes know this and treat wiping surfaces as one of the most important parts of their routine. It is a detail that speaks volumes about the overall environment and about the respect shown to the space itself. This habit also saves time in the long run. Cleaning something immediately takes seconds, but waiting until it becomes a mess can take minutes or even hours. For instance, a spilled sauce on a stove can be wiped off instantly, but if left to dry and harden, it requires scrubbing, soaking, and sometimes even special cleaners. Seniors have learned that acting in the moment is far easier. By integrating wiping into their everyday flow, they eliminate the need for long, exhausting cleaning sessions later. This efficiency keeps their homes consistently fresh without the stress of marathon cleaning days. For many seniors, wiping surfaces is not a chore but a natural part of daily rhythm. After preparing food, they instinctively swipe the counters clean. After brushing teeth, they run a cloth over the sink. Before bed, they may wipe the dining table so it looks welcoming in the morning. These small rituals become second nature, so they do not feel burdensome. Instead, they create a sense of comfort and control, as each action leaves the home looking immediately better. The satisfaction of a freshly cleaned surface is motivating, reinforcing the desire to maintain the habit. The tools for this task are simple, which makes it even more accessible. A damp cloth, a sponge, or a microfiber towel is often all that is needed. Some seniors keep wipes or sprays handy in key areas like the kitchen and bathroom so that the task can be done instantly without preparation. The simplicity is key to consistency. The less effort required to start, the more likely the action is to happen regularly. Seniors often understand this intuitively and set up their homes in ways that make maintenance easy rather than complicated. On a deeper level, the act of wiping surfaces carries symbolic meaning. It reflects attentiveness, mindfulness, and a refusal to let small problems grow into bigger ones. It mirrors a life philosophy that many seniors hold dear: take care of things in the moment, and you will never feel overwhelmed later. Just as they manage their health, finances, or relationships by addressing issues steadily, they apply the same principle to their homes. A surface wiped today will never turn into a chore tomorrow. Another aspect that makes this habit powerful is the way it contributes to hospitality. Seniors often value being able to welcome guests at any time, even unexpectedly. Clean surfaces ensure that kitchens and living spaces are always presentable. There is pride in knowing that someone could sit down for tea at a polished table or admire a clutter-free counter without distraction. This sense of readiness is not about perfection but about respect for both oneself and others. It brings peace of mind, eliminating the worry that someone might notice an embarrassing mess. Wiping surfaces also enhances the overall atmosphere of a home. Shiny counters and dust-free furniture reflect light better, making spaces appear brighter and more cheerful. A clean bathroom sink or mirror can make the entire room feel more luxurious and comfortable, even if no major cleaning has been done. These visual improvements accumulate, giving the whole home a sense of warmth and dignity that makes living in it more enjoyable. Seniors understand that the way a home looks directly affects the way it feels. And wiping surfaces is one of the simplest ways to elevate that feeling. Physically, the act of wiping is a small but beneficial form of movement. The stretching, bending, and reaching involved keep seniors active in gentle ways. It engages muscles without strain and adds small bursts of activity throughout the day. While it may not replace formal exercise, it contributes to staying mobile and flexible. For seniors, who may not engage in strenuous activity, these consistent small movements are valuable for maintaining overall health and independence. Ultimately, wiping surfaces regularly is not about creating a spotless, picture-perfect home. It is about consistency, attention, and care. Seniors who practice it understand that little habits add up to big results. They know that beauty and order are built through everyday actions, not occasional efforts. By keeping surfaces clean, they maintain an environment that feels comfortable, safe, and dignified. It allows them to live with less stress, more pride, and greater enjoyment of their spaces. Their homes are not just clean but also inviting and full of life, all thanks to the quiet but powerful discipline of a simple daily wipe.